Today I'm going to mess around with reflections. I have a few different filters I can use to adjust things with the D750 and the 20mm f1.8. This has a polarizer on it at the moment. See how it works. It's actually working really well. This cheap Amazon Basics polarizer on this reflection. Ice is good in that case to test things out. Snow is not quite as good to try things out. I can't really tell if it's making any difference or not. And this filter, one negative is that it's hard to rotate. The thread is just not a high quality filter. Just a little rotation and you've got no reflections for the most part. There's really nice photo opportunities here because you got the leaves on the bottom and then you have the ice, of course, on the top. It's pretty unique and interesting. I'm gonna try to take some actual artistic photos for a bit. See how it goes. There are some angles where it doesn't really make much of a big difference. Shooting definitely straight above, the light's not coming in at angles where it has an effect. A few other angles, but it is helpful. Of course, it's working pretty decently on the lake here as well. It's not as noticeable as the ice over there. It's really just based on the reflections in this case, but it does definitely help. Let's go this way. Don't have one? Start out with the cheap one. This was probably $10 or $15 on Amazon. Works well enough. Of course, it's not really nice. You can't easily change things out. And the ring is pretty slow, especially in this cold, if I can talk properly. But it does work and helps you try things out. Let's keep going. Polarizer adds a lot of compositional options to the photos. In this case, there's a foot imprint. It's really yellow. You can see deeply into it in this case, at least I can with my eyes. So I can adjust the polarizer to either have that show up or not show up, which I took a few photos of that. Here's another interesting composition. So I can use my foot in the photo to add a little interest. I can just put my foot through it. Every few steps I'm seeing new compositions to take photos of. In this case, there's some cross-hatched ice. Like one of my previous videos, there's some paw tracks in this case. Always a good composition there. One good thing to do, what you should do, and I didn't do, is check my settings because I had this on DX mode from my video with that Tamron lens. I had to set it to DX mode. So a lot of these photos will be in DX mode. But it's alright. Snow in this case is a lot harder to tell when this is doing anything or not. I do like these pock marks on the ground. Really nice texture to them. But it's hard to get a good composition, makes it interesting at all. Besides the pock marks. I don't know if it's cliche at this point, but I really do like the photos where it takes a picture of the shoes. Kind of gives an interesting perspective. I don't know, it's probably personal preference. I do like them though. I see some really interesting mud over there. Problem is, I have to go over this thing. Some type of telephoto probably would have worked a little better to get that mud in directions that would have, looked a little better, I think. But it's still fun to go out there. Finally got to the lake. Of course, we'll take a few photos here. After that, I will call it a day. There's definitely a difference. Of course, not as much as the ice over there, but it helps a lot. So that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it on polarizers. I do think it is an important tool for photographers. You can replicate it in post a little bit potentially, but it's very easy to just pick up a polarizer filter. You rotate it when you need to get reflections or avoid reflections. Easy enough, saves you a lot of time and there's a good chance you won't even be able to replicate some of this if it blows out areas of the photo. That said, I really do like them. I just have this simple basic one, very cheap, and we'll look at the photos, see how they turned out. If you want to go hardcore, of course you can buy special attachments, high quality filters. That's up to you. In this case, just wanted this quick one to work on this specific lens. So we'll see how the vignetting is and all that, but good enough for the video at least. I'm Scott from Photography Bonsai. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please consider subscribing. That helps me out a lot. Gives me a better chance of continuing on with this channel hardcore. So we'll see how that goes. Appreciate watching the video. Thumbs up, shares also help a lot as well. Thanks again. There's one thing I've got to do before I leave. Now that I don't have a camera on,